Welcome back, coin enthusiasts. If you love discovering rare and valuable coins, you're in for a treat today. We're about to dive into a coin that many people overlook, but it's one that could make you a small fortune if you find it in the right condition. Today, we're talking about the United States 5-cent coin from 1964, commonly known as the nickel. This coin may seem ordinary at first glance, but trust us, there's a lot more to it than meets the eye. Stick with us until the end of the video, where we'll reveal the astonishing value of this 1964 nickel. Let's set the stage by taking a look back at 1964. It was an iconic year in the history of the United States. The country was in the middle of a transformative decade, with the civil rights movement gaining momentum and the space race pushing the boundaries of human achievement. The 1960s were marked by cultural shifts and political upheaval, and yet, in the midst of all this change, the U.S. Mint was busy producing coins that would later become a valuable piece of history. The 1964 nickel was one of these coins. In 1964, the design of the 5-cent coin had already been in place for decades, featuring the portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, on the obverse front of the coin. Jefferson, a key figure in the founding of the nation, has been featured on the nickel since 1938. His image symbolizes the core values of liberty and democracy, and it's a design that has become deeply ingrained in the American coinage system. On the reverse, back side of the 1964 nickel, we see Monticello, the grand estate of Thomas Jefferson in Virginia. Monticello was designed by Jefferson himself, and it's an enduring symbol of the ideals and legacy of one of America's most important founding figures. The coin's design is simple yet elegant, and its historical significance adds to its appeal for collectors. But while the design of the 1964 nickel may seem familiar, it's the condition of the coin that truly determines its value. Most of the 1964 nickels in circulation have seen decades of use, traveling through many hands and enduring the wear and tear that comes with being used for everyday transactions. These coins often have scratches, discoloration, and signs of age. However, if you happen to come across a 1964 nickel in mint condition, or better yet, an uncirculated version, you could be holding onto something incredibly valuable. Uncirculated coins, those that have never been in circulation and have been carefully preserved, are highly sought after by collectors. These coins maintain their original shine, sharp details, and overall pristine condition, making them a rare find. When it comes to coins from 1964, an uncirculated nickel is a rare treasure. It's a coin that has survived the years without the usual signs of wear, and that's what makes it so valuable. But it's not just about finding a well-preserved 1964 nickel. There's another factor that can dramatically increase the coin's value: minting errors. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the production process, and these errors can create one-of-a-kind coins. For example, double strikes, where a coin is stamped more than once, or off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned, are highly desirable among collectors. Even subtle errors, like die cracks or missing details, can make a coin worth significantly more. These minting errors are incredibly rare, and when they occur on a 1964 nickel, they create a coin that stands out from the rest. Collectors love these error coins because they're unique and can't be replicated. So, if you're lucky enough to find a 1964 nickel with a minting error, you could be looking at a coin worth far more than a typical nickel. Now, we know you're all wondering, how much could a 1964 nickel be worth? Well, most of these coins are still worth just 5 cents in everyday transactions. However, if you come across a 1964 nickel that's in uncirculated condition or has a rare minting error, it could be worth an astounding amount. In fact, a 1964 nickel in pristine condition or with a minting flaw can be valued at an eye-popping $48,000. Yes, you heard that right, $48,000 for a single 1964 nickel. While this might seem unbelievable, it's true. A well-preserved 1964 nickel or one with a unique minting error can fetch a price that's much higher than its face value. If you happen to have one of these coins in your collection, or if you come across one in your pocket change, You might just be sitting on a small fortune, so, the next time you go through your old coins or find a 1964 nickel in your change, take a moment to inspect it closely. If it looks like it's been well preserved, or if you spot any unusual features that might indicate a minting error, you could be looking at a rare and valuable coin that could make you a lot of money. That's all for today's video. We hope you enjoyed learning about the incredible value of the 1964 nickel. Top 2 today, we're talking about a coin that might be hiding in your spare change, a United States 5-cent coin from the year 2000. While the year 2000 seems like it was just yesterday, the 2000 nickel is actually becoming more and more valuable, especially when it's in the right condition. Stick around, because by the end of this video, we'll reveal just how much the seemingly average coin could be worth in today's market. Now, let's rewind a little and look at the year 2000. The United States was in the midst of the digital revolution, the internet was booming, and the country was celebrating the new millennium. For the U.S. Mint, the year 2000 was a time of continued innovation in coinage, though they were still producing the familiar designs most Americans knew so well. The 2000 nickel, like its predecessors, featured the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse side of the coin. Jefferson, a central figure in the creation of the United States, has appeared on the 5-cent coin since 1938, and his likeness continues to symbolize the principles of liberty and democracy. On the reverse of the 2000 nickel, we see Monticello, Jefferson's grand estate in Virginia. This iconic design has also been a constant on the nickel since 1938, representing not just Jefferson's home, but also his legacy and the ideals he championed. Monticello has been a symbol of the history and foundation of the nation, making it one of the most recognizable images in American coinage. But, as you might know, the value of a coin doesn't just come from its design, it also comes from its condition, rarity, and sometimes, the quirks of its production. The 2000 nickel is not exactly rare in terms of mintage numbers. Millions of these coins were produced and circulated. However, what makes this particular coin so interesting is how its value increases dramatically when found in mint condition. Like many coins, most of the 2000 nickels you'll encounter have been well used. They've gone through the ringer of daily transactions, and they show the signs of their long journeys. But, if you manage to find one in pristine, uncirculated condition, that's when things get exciting. Uncirculated coins are the holy grail for collectors. These coins have never been in circulation, meaning they've been carefully stored or preserved in perfect condition. An uncirculated 2000 nickel, free from any scratches, dings, or discoloration, will naturally command a higher price than one that's been tossed into pockets and purses. But don't just think that keeping your coin in good condition will make it valuable. Mint errors play a huge role in determining a coin's worth as well. Mint errors are rare occurrences during the production of coins, and they are highly sought after by collectors. These errors could include things like double strikes, where the coin has been stamped twice, misaligned or off-center strikes, where the design isn't perfectly placed on the coin, or even die cracks and other flaws that make a coin stand out from the rest. A minting error on a 2000 nickel could turn an otherwise ordinary coin into a rare and valuable treasury. Error coins, especially those with unique flaws, can bring in prices that far exceed what you might expect from a typical coin of that year. The rarity of these errors is what makes them so desirable, and collectors are always on the lookout for these one-of-a-kind pieces. If you're lucky enough to come across a 2000 nickel with a minting error, you could have something much more valuable than a standard nickel. But just how valuable can a 2000 nickel really get? While most 2000 nickels will still only be worth their face value of 5 cents, a high-grade, uncirculated example could fetch a premium price in the right market. However, when we're talking about those rare, pristine examples with minting errors, that's where the real money lies. In fact, depending on the condition and rarity, a 2000 nickel could be worth a whopping $40,000. Yes, you heard that right, $40,000. That's the incredible value that a rare, uncirculated 2000 nickel, or one with a significant minting error, could fetch today. It might sound unbelievable, but in the world of coin collecting, it's all about finding the right pieces in the right condition. So, if you have a collection of nickels lying around or happen to come across a 2000 nickel in your change, it might be worth taking a closer look before you dismiss it. That's all for today's video. We hope you learned something new about the value of the 2000 nickel and how it can be worth so much more than just 5 cents. If you come across any 2000 nickels, make sure to check their condition carefully, as they might just be hiding a treasure. We have an exciting topic that's sure to grab your attention, especially if you're one of those who loves unearthing hidden treasures. We're going to talk about a coin that may be sitting right in your spare change right now, a United States 5-cent coin from 2001. Yes, this humble nickel might look just like any other, but when you look a little closer, you might find something that could make you a serious profit. Stick with us, because we're about to reveal why the 2001 nickel could be worth far more than its face value. Let's rewind a bit to the year 2001. It was a year of transition for the United States. The world was adjusting to the aftermath of the 1990s, and the tech boom was still in full swing. On the political front, the country was on the cusp of a new presidency, and the early days of George W. Bush's administration were unfolding. While the country was going through political and economic shifts, the U.S. Mint was busy making sure the country had enough currency to support its growing economy. The 2001 nickel, like all nickels, features the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse side of the coin. Jefferson, one of the founding fathers of the United States, has appeared on the 5-cent coin since 1938. His image represents the founding ideals of the nation: liberty, democracy, and equality. Behind him, you'll notice the famous Monticello, Jefferson's grand estate in Virginia, which graces the reverse side of the 2001 nickel. Monticello is a symbol of Jefferson's legacy and the values of independence and freedom that shaped the country. At first glance, the 2001 nickel doesn't seem all that extraordinary. After all, millions of these coins were minted and circulated throughout the United States. In fact, it was one of the most commonly used coins in the early 2000s, just like today's nickels. However, the key to understanding why this coin could be worth so much more than 5 cents lies in a few important factors: its condition and any potential minting errors. We all know that most coins we find in our change are worn down. The reality is, the vast majority of coins are used in daily transactions, passing through countless hands, pockets, and wallets. Over time, these coins collect scratches, dents, discoloration, and other signs of wear and tear. So, it's not uncommon for a 2001 nickel to look worn and tired. But here's the exciting part: the value of a coin increases dramatically when it's in pristine, uncirculated condition. Uncirculated coins are those that have never been used in commerce. They've been stored carefully and preserved in perfect condition, maintaining their original shine, sharp details, and crisp edges. A 2001 nickel that's uncirculated is extremely rare because most of these coins were used for everyday transactions. That means finding a 2001 nickel in mint condition is like stumbling upon a hidden gem. And when you do find one, its value can skyrocket, but that's not all. Minting errors are another critical factor when it comes to determining a coin's value. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the production process, and they can create coins that are completely different from the intended design. Some errors are very subtle, like a misaligned strike or a slight doubling of the design. Others are more dramatic, like off-center strikes or even missing elements from the design. Minting errors are very rare, and that's why they're so highly sought after by collectors. When it comes to the 2001 nickel, any coin with a minting error or flaw could be worth far more than a typical one. For example, an off-center strike or a double die error could make your 2001 nickel incredibly valuable to the right collector. These coins are one of a kind, and because of their rarity, they can fetch high prices on the market. So, how much could your 2001 nickel be worth? While most 2001 nickels will still only be worth 5 cents, there are cases where these coins, especially those in uncirculated condition or with a rare minting error, can sell for a lot more. If you happen to find a 2001 nickel in perfect condition, or one that has a unique flaw that sets it apart from the others, you could be looking at a coin worth an incredible $39,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $39,000. That's the amount some collectors are willing to pay for a rare and pristine 2001 nickel, or one with a minting error that makes it stand out. This is why it's so important to check your coins before you dismiss them. A coin that looks ordinary at first glance could turn out to be a hidden treasure worth thousands of dollars. So, what should you do if you think you found one of these valuable 2001 nickels? First, take a close look at the coin's condition. If it looks like it has never been in circulation, meaning it's in mint or near mint condition, you might just have a winner. Then, examine the coin for any potential minting errors. Is the design slightly off-center? Are there any doubling issues? Is there a noticeable flaw or crack in the die that created the coin? These are all signs that your 2001 nickel could be a rare and valuable find. Top 4 today, we're about to dive into the world of coins and uncover something truly exciting. If you're a fan of rare and valuable finds, you might want to check your spare change, because today's star is the United States 5-cent coin from 1999. While most people might think of these coins as just small denominations with little value, you might be surprised to learn that this particular nickel could be worth a lot more than 5 cents. Keep watching, because by the end of this video, we're going to reveal just how much your 1999 nickel could be worth. Let's take a step back in time and look at the year 1999. The world was on the verge of entering the new millennium, and the United States was experiencing an economic boom. People were embracing technology, and the internet was growing at an exponential rate. The country was also going through a period of political stability under President Bill Clinton's second term. Amidst all of these changes, the U.S. Mint was busy producing coins that would reflect the nation's values and history. The 1999 5-cent coin, commonly known as the nickel, features the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse. Jefferson, one of the founding fathers of the United States and the third president, has been featured on the nickel since 1938. His image symbolizes the core principles of liberty, democracy, and independence, ideals that shaped the very foundation of the nation. On the reverse side of the coin, you'll find Monticello, Jefferson's plantation home in Virginia. Monticello has graced the reverse of the nickel for decades, reminding Americans of Jefferson's legacy and the historical significance of his home. At first glance, the 1999 nickel might seem like just another ordinary coin in your pocket, but there's more to it than meets the eye. While millions of these coins were produced and circulated, the value of a coin isn't determined by how many were made. It's all about its condition, rarity, and any unique features that make it stand out. Most 1999 nickels you encounter are probably worn down from years of use. These coins have passed through many hands, been thrown into pockets and wallets, and might have some scratches, dings, and discoloration. As a result, their value remains relatively low, just 5 cents. However, the story changes when you find a 1999 nickel in pristine, uncirculated condition. Uncirculated coins are those that have never been used in commerce, meaning they've been carefully preserved and stored in excellent condition. If you're lucky enough to find one of these, the value can increase dramatically. A mint state 1999 nickel with no signs of wear, no scratches, and no discoloration is much rarer than you might think. Since most nickels from this year were used regularly, finding one in perfect condition is like finding a hidden gem. The more well-preserved the coin, the higher its market value will be. This is why coin collectors go crazy over uncirculated versions of coins, because they're harder to come by and have a higher potential to appreciate in value over time. But that's not the only factor that could drive up the value of a 1999 nickel. Mint errors play a significant role in determining a coin's worth. Minting errors are mistakes that happen during the production of coins, and these errors can turn an otherwise common coin into a rare, one-of-a-kind piece. For instance, if a coin is struck off-center, it could create a unique look that collectors find fascinating. Or, if the design is doubled due to a die error, the coin could become highly sought after by collectors looking for that specific flaw. Mint errors can add an extra layer of value to a coin, especially when the mistake is rare or especially striking. While errors are not guaranteed, they make a coin significantly more interesting to collectors and can lead to much higher prices on the market. The more unusual the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. So, what's the value of a 1999 nickel in today's market? Well, for a typical 1999 nickel in used condition, you're looking at its standard value of 5 cents. However, if you happen to stumble upon one of these coins in mint condition, or better yet, a coin with a rare minting error, you could be in for an impressive surprise. The value of a 1999 nickel in pristine, uncirculated condition, or with a minting error, could reach an astounding $49,000, that's right, $49,000. The value of a rare 1999 nickel with a minting error or one in perfect condition is enough to make any collector's jaw drop. This just goes to show that the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and sometimes the most ordinary-looking coins can hold extraordinary value. So, the next time you come across a 1999 nickel, take a closer look. It might just be a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. We hope this video has inspired you to dig through your change jar or coin collection to see if you might have one of these valuable nickels. Remember, the key is to check the condition of the coin and see if it has any unique characteristics, such as minting errors or flawless preservation. If you're lucky enough to find one of these, you could be looking at a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an exciting discovery. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!